Actually, this is one of the hardest thing people have to learn, because you have to listen to your brain sometimes. You don't listen. Your brain, if you told your brain that in 15 minutes I want to stop it, it will give you a warning that listen, this is 15 minutes, I think it's going over and you have to stop. But then you don't listen because you're becoming lazy.
Welcome to Certified Overthinkers. In today's episode, we will talk about how to quit wasting time and be more productive. And for today's topic, I have once again the Superman on the on the hot seat. Shivam, welcome to the video.
Thanks, man. You love
Uh,
having me, yeah?
Yes, and I'm very excited for today's video.
I,
We're
I,
doing.
I think we are excited about all the episodes.
I'm
right?
actually, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
Just before any video that we start
Yeah.
off, we're just very excited about it. But for today's topic, why I'm so excited is that just to learn something, sometimes. Because I believe that I also waste time sometimes, like scrolling on Instagram or something or the other, I believe you also do it. And I'm not saying that wasting time is not really a crime sometimes, because people do need rest,
Yeah.
do need to get some sort of pleasure here and there, just to keep ourselves fueled enough. But in general, what do you think about this topic, Shivam? Like, how do you stop wasting time in general?
I think, look, it's a really interesting topic, if I have to say,
Yeah.
because I can reference to a lot of our videos where we have talked about in our podcast. For example, doom scrolling, going to a gym, AI as well.
Yeah.
There are so many things you can utilize in order to make yourself more productive and take the best out of the time you have in your hand, actually. And I'm not going to say that I don't waste my time. Of course, I do it. Apart from resting, sometimes I am wasting my time as well. And I think it's a very human nature. Sometimes you just want to chill, right? But yeah, the time you have, what you do with that is very important.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and I wanted to emphasize on the fact that, yes, time wasting is sometimes important, but why time wasting is also important? I think that's a question which the audience might not have expected. But why do you think that sometimes time wasting is important and relevant in a day-to-day life?
Well, it's the way you think about it, So at the end of the day, I don't think it's like a time wasting if you are like resting, right? Because you are trying to recover your mentally and physically from the labor you have done. So that's not called like time wasting. But if you are just doom scrolling on your cell phone, like we talked in the video digital detox, that is literally time wasting, because you are wasting your energy. You're waste like physically and mentally as well, because you are sort of getting the dopamine hits from those reels you are watching, and then you are in a loop of doing certain things, and this is where like you are wasting more time. You should be more of like have this sort of self-awareness that, okay, I'm not against like watching reels, okay, but you need to dedicate certain time for it. That, okay, 15 minutes I'm gonna do that, but after that I have to stop and I need to go do certain things. But those 15 minutes, they convert to 150 minutes. That is wasting time. So you need to have more awareness.
You
on that.
mentioned that, like, okay, 15 minutes we do something, and then you put a stop button, and then you go do the other
Yeah.
thing. How do you make yourself press that stop button sometimes?
That's the hardest thing.
Yes.
Actually, this is one of the hardest thing people have to learn, because you have to listen to your brain sometimes. We don't listen. Your brain, if you told your brain that in 15 minutes I want to stop it, it will give you a warning that, listen, this is 15 minutes, I think it's going over and you have to stop. But then you don't listen because you're becoming lazy, and then you continue with the same thing. So you have to listen to your brain as well, and this also comes with the discipline, with the motivation, as we talked in the video where we were talking about the gym.
Yeah.
Once you build certain habits, you will have self-control on yourself, because it's all about self-control. you will have those self control, and then you will be able to switch that off button when you have to do that. And how
Mm-hmm.
can you build self control? Probably this is what you will be wondering.
So, are you saying that through discipline is the only way that you could build that habit,
Yes, discipline and self control.
self
Yes,
control?
and this is what I have learned over the past 8 to 9 months when I started with the therapy and the gym. And these are few things which really helped me. I'm not saying about therapy, but about gym, because it built a discipline, some habits in myself. And when you are busy, when you are trying to be productive, you will not have much time to actually waste, because you're keeping yourself busy with things which are more important to you.
Yeah, and I wanted to like really ask you this, right? Like, let's say, okay, maybe I will touch on this topic where what is the thing that you felt defeated, like let's say throughout your life, you knew that if you wasted time, you will be defeated in a certain achievement, like you wouldn't be able to achieve a certain thing. Either it could be studies or subject or whatever it is. But what is the biggest failure that you faced just because of time waste?
Biggest failure. Wow. I'm not sure about biggest failure, but there are so many small failures
Hmm.
which I have seen in my life. And we can talk about day to day life, like your work. You have a presentation, and then I don't have the motivation to start working on that, and you
Hmm.
wait for the very last moment, and then now you are in a state of anxiety and panic, and that you screw up the whole presentation, and you have to present in front of your bosses. These are something which people can relate to. I'm pretty sure, because this is happening every day. Second thing, very basic example, your food. You have to cook food, but you're
Yeah.
so lazy. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna order. You're wasting money. You've wasted your time, which you could have done very easily, because you did not plan things properly. Because rather you prefer to sit on your cell phone or TV and watch something, rather than just, you can do multitasking. You can do two things at the same time. You can watch TV and you can cook as well, but people don't do it. So these are day-to-day failures, and I have experienced it myself. Also with relationships, it's very visible as well, that you are so much into wasting time that you don't plan out dates with your partner. It's like, shit, I just want to stay home, I don't want to do anything, but your partner wants to go somewhere with you, and then it will affect your relationship. Happened to me as well. So these are few things, I would say, which have affected me personally. And the most important thing, you will lose your health.
Lose your health, I think. Yeah. I mean, yeah, when you picked out the relationships topic, I mean, that particular thing, I just feel like it's so important that, you need to understand that sometimes you're just getting the dopamine hits and then you're just ignoring the other person,
Yeah.
who's in the same room sometimes. And I think that's something which everybody has to keep working on themselves till the end of their life, I
Yeah,
feel like,
it's all about priorities. It comes down to that. How you prioritize your day, your routine, your tasks, and your partner. It is on you. If you prefer to just sit on the couch, do nothing, basically that is your priority. It's not priority for your partner, and then there is a clash, and it
Yeah,
won't work
that
out.
makes sense. What are some of the productive habits that you built over the past 5 years, maybe?
Wow, I think for 4 years I was very lazy.
Yeah.
I was very lazy,
I
man.
mean, from being a very close friend of yours, I don't think you wasted so much time. But yeah, I mean, yeah,
Look,
that's how life is
I
sometimes, right?
I, I think I know in quite a lot of videos I have said this several times. I have referenced 1 year, last 1 year for me. That has been the biggest achievement and the life changing thing which happened to me. Things happened to me during this 1 year. So I can compare. So past 4 years was really, I was very lazy. Physically, I was very weak. Mentally, like at work, I was fine, but still, I didn't have a much social life. I was more into sitting at my home, and I didn't give much time to my partner. But what I have built in 1 year is like kind of set of routines which I have. um, if you really want to, at least this is how I am being productive nowadays, that after I wake up, like I don't use my cell phone for at least 1.5 hours. I like to give myself some time, sit with myself, quietly do some meditation, or and then after that, like I'm writing down what are the important tasks which are, like, first you have to express how you feel when you wake up. Are you feeling anxious? You're feeling worried because probably you have a presentation or whatever it is. And then after that, I'm writing down the list of tasks which are important for me to go. It can be very basic. For example, today when I wake up, I don't have the energy to go to gym. I want to skip it, but I will write down that I have to go to gym. I have to throw garbage. I have to do dishes. I need to read book. I need to finish this presentation, or at least start the presentation. So this is like how I'm putting up my tasks. And then I don't remember these tasks, by the way, that I'm not taking a note in my pocket or something. I just write it down in my diary and then I forget about it. And unconsciously, actually, I am doing those things. And when at the end of the day, when I'm writing down okay, let's see, what did I write? I'm actually able to check all the things. So I'm just setting priorities for me, and then I'm going by the day. And
So
when at the end of the day, when I finish and I'm checking those things, it feels, I feel really happy. And then I get this sense of proudness in me that, oh, I was actually able to do these things. And this is how you also build self confidence more.
yeah, I mean, as you mentioned about self confidence, right? I wanted to like really touch upon this in this area of discussion where, let's say, being productive is one thing, but sometimes your mental health is also kind of important,
Yeah.
because let's say you had a very stressful day at work, like stressful in the sense a very very bad day, for example, and you made like a huge blunder at work, or let's
Yeah.
say your team did a huge blunder at work and you get screamed upon that, and then you come back home, you still wanted to do something productive like writing something, or let's say hitting the gym or something like that. How to divert your mind, or let's say how to build a sort of like a mindset to kind of, what, to ignore that part of thing, like, okay, it's done, then how can I move on and do
Yeah.
that thing? Like, I know that there is no straight answer to it, so maybe I'll put it like this: how do you approach that situation, for example?
Look, yeah, like you said, there is no straight answer for this.
Yeah.
It's There could be multiple scenarios which you can do. For me, it depends. There can be a scenario where I would just like to take kind of like a day off from everything. Um, However stressful it was, I just want to come home and just give my brain some rest, because you need rest,
Yeah.
mentally as well, because you need to sit down, chill a little bit, think about what happened and how you can do better. Second thing which you can do is like just go through the moment and think about, is this something where you could have influenced something? If this is out of your control, there's nothing you can do, so there is no point of stressing about it. If this was in your control and you messed up, then think about how you can make it better next time. Yeah, I look, I have days where like I had to come down, like I had to come back home and just do nothing. You need this sort of off. I also had days where I was so much kind of mad during the day in my work life, what happened, that I was going to hit the gym and trying to take out my stress. Anything you can do, man.
uh, and I think I still wanted to go revert back to that habits, like, tell me one, or just give me like one favorite habit of yours, like which you have right now,
Yeah.
that always enforces you to do the thing that you were committed to do,
Yeah.
and not being a hypocrite.
Yeah. Writing.
Writing.
Writing is something which has helped me tremendously, honestly.
So do you think that someone from the audience or myself has to find that kind of a habit and implement it in our lives to help us be more productive, or is it like not really necessary, or it depends on personalities. What
No,
do you
I
think?
think, look, it depends from individual to
Mm.
individual, as I have been saying in a lot of our videos. But I think, when you write, so look, writing doesn't take much time. In the morning, you can wake up, it takes hardly 1 minute to write down and set priorities for yourself. Probably you do the same at your work, you know, at your work as well, you're setting up priorities.
Yeah.
Take 1 minute, write down what are the important things you have to do, and trust me when I say that you will build self-respect, self-confident, and you will build self-awareness about yourself, because you will be a more disciplined man in your life, and you will be able to be more productive at the same time. Why? Because you don't have to look at your note again and again. Oh, I have to do this thing.
Mm-mm.
It will become like kind of like
Repetitive thing.
repetitive thing, and it will be dialed into your conscious that, okay, this is something which I could have done. Because I have had days where I didn't do writing, and then I was becoming lazy. I didn't write it, so I will just skip it today. I don't
Yeah.
have to do this.
Yeah.
Because now you are forced to do, because when at the end of the day you are coming back home and you are writing down, okay, I didn't do this, I didn't do this, you will feel that, shit, man, am i am I nothing in this world? Basically, you are not taking accountability for things.
Yeah. Yeah.
You will feel negative about yourself, and then when you next day you will write down the things, and then you try to finish it. If you finish one task, you will feel really happy. It will give you those endorphins, and this is how you build something ongoing, and it
Over
will help
time.
you. And this is seriously helped me a lot.
A lot. Yeah. I mean, these were the questions that I particularly had
Yeah.
when it comes to the productivity, and I think it's also like a topic which we can keep talking about, right? And when you spoke about the habits, right, and especially the writing part,
Yeah.
it took me back to the years where I saw my dad taking down the notes, like at the evening, like just before sleep. Up, he doesn't have like a
Mm.
particular time, but he writes down some stuff at his book. I know that it's his private stuff, his personal stuff. One day I came across his book. I couldn't even read and understand what he was writing.
Yeah.
Sometimes he switches to Malayalam, like,
Mm.
our native language. Sometimes he writes it in English. And he's a professor, and, in English. And then he has this very rough handwriting, which I cannot really
Yeah.
understand. It's just like, the doctor's prescription. Nobody
Yeah.
can understand what he's writing it down. So that's something which really
Yeah.
took me. And I just my final question for the episode is, before our rapid fire round,
Okay.
so please do stay up for that, is, what is that small habit, or let's say a something productive, which your family, or let's say your close friend whom you saw and you said, oh, you know what, this is actually very nice, and I wanted to adapt this. It did happen, it did not happen, but what is the thing that you kind of liked from somebody
Mm.
else's life?
Well, before I go to this
Yeah.
answer, I wanted to say one more thing. When
Mm.
you mentioned about your dad and writing things, I don't know if this happened to you, but when I was in school, my father used to tell me that, if you're because for exams we had to learn things, so I'm learning and trying to memorize everything. But my father always told me that, if you memorize everything and then you write it down, you will remember it better.
Mm. Oh, yeah, yeah.
And
So,
this is exactly how it works
So,
for
like,
me.
I think, I'm sorry to
Yeah.
intervene in between, but this is something which, because for me personally, like, especially for studying, man, yeah, but like, whatever the subject is, I still have to write down and study. If not, I don't have that confidence in me.
Exactly.
So, but it takes so much time for me to cover all these chapters. So I
Yeah.
become lost in between, and then, okay, you know what, I get
Yeah.
concise and stuff. So that's like a habit which I think nobody told me. I just picked up on.
Mhm.
Oh, my mom did mention here and there. But then, as you mentioned about your dad, my dad came to me and he said, what subject are you studying? Okay, I'm studying science. Come, let's have food.
Mm.
Come, let's enjoy. It's fine.
Mm.
So he was more or less the opposite to,
Yeah.
like, he was not never too much into studies.
Mm.
He just had the confidence in me,
Mm.
and yeah. So back to the question,
Yeah.
the habit which you would adapt for someone else, which you
Reading, I
reading.
can say. I think it's coming from you and your girlfriend, basically. That you guys talk about a lot of books, and I was never a reader in the past. I think before this year, I hardly read one book in my life, and I always hated it because during our engineering times, we read so many thick books that I always said to people that I have this I'm allergic to
Yeah,
books.
yeah.
So I never read book. But after hearing from you guys that,
I think I was also like not like a big reader or something like that.
yeah,
I always wanted to read because my dad used to read so many books. He has like a big library back at home, like so many books. All the rare books he has, even in the different languages.
mm,
Like his Bibles collection is so huge. Like he has all set of Bibles. So and that just shows the love for his field
yeah,
at the same time. So I always wanted to read. So I was
right,
not like a deep reader or anything
yeah.
like that. I wanted to read, and I always share it with you. And I think you caught
This
up
is
on
how
that,
I
and you
picked
started
up.
reading.
Yeah. So at
We
one
still
point,
exchange books and stuff.
we yeah. So this is how I picked up this habit, and then I got into reading. Initially, I didn't like it, honestly. I had a habit that I used to start something and then never finish it. So it same happened with the books that I started reading, but I would never finish it. But then I started forcing myself to finish it, finish what you have
Oh yeah,
started,
yeah.
build that kind of habit. And then I started reading, and then I, found some interest in that. And now I can call myself that I am a reader.
You're a reader, yeah. That's
Yeah.
something which is so good,
Yeah.
we could read something and get something out of it. But anyway, not wasting too much time anymore, and I wanted to head into the rapid fire round.
Yes. Let's do.
This is a rapid fire which is going to be really fun, I believe. But here it goes. The first question, yeah.
Okay.
What's your guiltiest time wasting habit? Scrolling, binge watching, or daydreaming?
Mine is binge watching, man.
Binge watching?
Yes.
Oh, so that's why these days, like, you don't want to watch much stuff, you
Yes,
oh,
I
okay,
had
okay.
this habit because, like, whenever I start a series, I just can't wait. I have to finish the whole
Finish
thing,
the thing.
the whole thing. So I continue
get it.
watching entire
I get
night.
it. Even I'm also sometimes like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second question.
Yeah.
If procrastination were an Olympic sport,
Yeah.
what medal would you win? Gold, bronze, or silver?
Oh, I would have won gold, man. Big time procrastination.
But I think I would also do the same. I would also get the medal. But we're trying to win the bronze medal in it.
I don't want to win any medals anymore.
Step by step, brick by
Step
brick.
by step, yeah.
Okay. What's the weirdest thing that you have done to avoid work? I know what he has done. Okay, but what was the weirdest thing?
Oh man, so when I was working in this site, I used to like play with my voice, play with my voice a lot, and pretend that I am sick. And because it was a call center, so voice is very important.
Important.
So I would pretend that I've lost my voice and I'm not able to. Ukash,
I know, and then they'll switch you to emails.
Yeah, and then they will switch
go.
me to emails or take a day
off. I know. I mean, sometimes we just have to do those stuff,
Yeah.
Next one. Coffee, energy drinks, or naps, your go-to productivity booster?
Coffee.
Coffee? I think you love coffee, right?
I really like coffee. Yeah, I don't.
I think you never consumed energy drinks, I feel.
I don't consume energy drinks at all.
Naps? I'm not really sure about that.
Day naps I never take. I don't like to take naps during the day.
Super naps, no naps. Okay.
Yeah, so I only take coffee, but that too like once a day. That's
for me, I love naps, but all of my naps becomes like a proper sleeping session.
I know.
I would rather avoid that.
Longer version,
like a proper sleep session. So I want to just avoid that.
Yeah.
Okay, my final question of the video, right? If you had 1 extra hour magically added to this day, for example, how will you utilize it efficiently?
Oh my God.
25 hours a day.
Oh
how would
my
you use
God, man. This is I think
I think you will sleep.
No, I think even 24 hours is too much for me.
Too much for you?
Yeah. And now you're giving me 25 hours.
25 hours.
I think I will just sleep, man.
Sleep.
Extra 1 hour sleep.
I mean, that's the point of a fun round, like nothing.
But sometimes you need it for work as well.
Yeah,
But generally, I think
you'll take rest maybe,
I will
right?
take
I think you
rest.
mentioned
I will
about
sleep.
rest.
I will sleep because when you go to gym, you need 7 8
Yeah,
hours of
that's
sleep,
true. That's true.
and
I think
because you have to go to work, so you have to wake up early as
that's
well. I
also
think for you as well, it will go with sleeping.
yeah, of course, yes, because I
Yeah.
become extremely tired after work,
Mm.
especially
Mm.
towards the month end or something like that.
I think
So
for
yeah,
Rohit, 1 hour is less. Yeah, you need more sleep.
I think,
2 jobs.
I think maybe 2 hours magically added for him. But once again, thank you so much, Shivam, for this
Thank you very
particular
much.
video, and it has
Thanks, man.
been a pleasure to sit by you and talk about this topic. Once again, if you would like to see such videos ahead, like on our upcoming episodes, please do not. I was about to say, please do not like the video, but do hit that like button and subscribe for more such content. And
Yeah.
see you in the next one. Bye bye.